Hey everybody, Matthew Collar here inside TCO Performance Center, and we just heard the news from head coach Kevin O'Connell that Irv Smith Jr. will miss the majority, if not all, of the rest of training camp with a thumb injury. The team deciding to have Irv Smith Jr. undergo thumb surgery, which will keep him out, but the expectation is that he will be ready to return by week 1 against the Green Bay Packers. So what does this mean for the Vikings and for Irv Smith Jr.? Well, they hope it means nothing for Irv Smith Jr., that he can still run, he can still move around, and he can still get a grasp for the offense in walkthroughs and in meetings, and that he'll be ready to come back as soon as he can just catch the football with his hand again. And well, it will be a little more difficult to learn the offense as far as injuries go. It's less than ideal to have him miss some time, but certainly not the worst case scenario like what happened to Irv Smith Jr. last year, where he caught a bad break in the preseason and was out for the entire year. So it may take some ramping up when they start the season for Irv Smith, but certainly not as bad as injuries can go in the preseason. What it does mean for the Vikings is that it opens up the door for a lot of other tight ends to rise to the challenge. And this team only brought in Johnny Munt as far as players who had been somewhat proven. Johnny Munt did not have a ton of experience catching the football, but somebody who had been in the league before and been in this system before, he's going to step up to tight end number 1 right away with Irv Smith out. And then the other guys, they're going to have their chance. So Ben Ellefson is more of a blocking tight end, got some time with the team last year. He has that one specialty, but if there's somebody that has a higher ceiling as far as a receiving tight end, that would be Zach Davidson. And even when Irv Smith Jr. went out of practice yesterday, Zach Davidson was the guy to step up and make a couple of catches in a situational drill. So the Vikings will be looking for him to reach his ceiling and advance right away. He came from a small school. He was a guy that was sort of a ball of clay that needed to be molded, but he's 6'7", ran incredibly fast in his pro day and NFL combine. So he's somebody that we will be watching for sure, as he will get more chances to work likely with the first and second teams with Irv Smith Jr. out. So again, not catastrophic, but a little concerning just when you look at the tight end depth. What they'll be looking to prove is that there is more depth there than maybe we expected if there is an injury in the season to Irv Smith Jr. Matthew Collar from TCO Performance Center. Catch you later.